Powered by Riverside.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Who is Kyle Graham podcast. I am, of course, your host, Kyle Graham. Thank you for joining me this week for this week's episode. Appreciate it. As always, before I get started, don't forget to press the subscribe button on any of these platforms so you can get updates for new episodes and bonus shows. So press the notification on either YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Deezer, or whoiskylegrahampodcast.riverside.com. Simple as that. You get notifications for new episodes and bonus episodes of this show. Now, normally, I would pretty much have a topic I would like to discuss and so forth, but there really wasn't anything that stood out this week or popped in my head that I wanted to share with you guys. However, there wasn't a shortage of interesting gossip and news articles that I wanted to talk about and so forth. Now, like I said, eventually what I want to do, I will do like a live stream where on my social media platforms so everyone can comment on what I'm saying or comment on the article and just want to hear what your opinions are. Or the other choice is you always email me at whoiskylegraham@gmail.com. Get at me on Facebook at Kyle L. Graham or Instagram at whoiskylegraham. And just your comments there, questions, inquiries, concerns, whatever. Just get at me. You have a plethora of ways to let me know. Or like I said, comment on any of the platforms that you subscribe to. I'll get back to you, leave information, and I either bring it up on the show, bring you on the show. Don't matter to me. I'm up for a healthy debate on entertainment and music and things. It should be a lot of fun. All right, without further ado, something interesting that came across in reference to Lauryn Hill. It says Lauryn Hill explains why she didn't release another album after the Miseducation. And I'm sure everyone wants to know that. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill was one of the biggest albums of all time, not just hip-hop, but albums of all time. And one of the biggest, I think the most selling album in 1998, if I'm correct. And no one knew why she didn't follow up. People had their theories, but no one knew exactly why Lauryn ever followed up with such a huge success. So it says here, Lauryn is setting the record straight when it comes to why she never dropped another solo album following the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill in 1998. From World made a post to Instagram on Thursday, May 14th, laying out possible reasons why Hill chose not to release another LP, pointing to a label issues, pressures that came with fame, and her being a perfectionist. The Grammy-winning artist hopped into the comments section that Friday, which saw Hill share that she disagreed with the post's assessment and went on to deliver a detailed explanation of the decades-long gap between the Miseducation to now. Quote, when you inspire and desire to be principled, what doesn't get talked about enough is the drain, nor the challenge to find safety so that you can create with integrity, she began. Most see opportunity as dollars only and often exclude the sense, S-E-N-S-E. Lauryn continued, quote, the score nor the Miseducation were made because we were allowed to represent what we did. We fought for every inch. While success can cause greed that begins to degenerate the art of the money, where people living through all of this, these conversations should allow for more nuance. Artists go through phases. Creativity requires expression, exploration, and experimentation. Woo. She got deep there. There were people who hated the Unplugged album, and yet some today swear by its significance. The 50-year-old compared herself to abolitionist Harriet Tubman when it came to not being empowered to express her truths to the fullest extent and having her creative freedom limited. Quote, I was like Harriet Tubman. I was like a Harriet Tubman figure in some respects, running to speak difficult truths to power before certain forces tried to close those doors, she added. If it was so easy to do, where is that expression now on the world stage? Systems fear that they can't control. Creativity is most poignant when it's free. If I did nothing else, I introduced standards and possibilities to a generation that didn't know they could operate on that level before then. Hill concluded, I am often doing things outside the support of the system before people can even realize that what I've done. Another artist who values inspiration then recognizes its value and represents it to an audience then ready to receive it. In mid-education, Lauryn Hill arrived in August of 1998 and debuted atop the Billboard 200 with all 422,000 albums sold in the first week, according to Illuminate. The LP won Album of the Year at the Grammy Awards in 1999, making her the first rapper to achieve the feat. And was powered by such hits as Billboard's 100 Doo-Wop That Thing. Lauryn Hill is set to reunite with Fugees co-founder Wyclef Jean on June 6th for an exclusive concert at Global Citizens Live Rio de Janeiro and Brazil, my second home, to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the group's score album, and we all know prizes during time in prison. First I want to start with, I like how people assume things they don't know about someone's life, and again, everybody has an opinion. And I like the way she jumped in there. It was like pretty much saying, nah, you don't know what you're talking about. These are the reasons why. Even though to me reading that seemed a little complex and choppy, I get it. And it's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we don't know about, we will never know about, in terms of why things weren't made or why things were cut short. We may not know. There's her side, their side, and as I always say, in the middle is the truth. We will never really know the details of why certain things fell short and didn't come through, why it didn't happen. Like, they never did an album after the score. The Fugees, after the score came out, they went their separate ways. So there never was a follow-up to the score. And the same thing here. And it could be, like she said, as much as I try to read through the lines of that, creativity do change. Things come up. Sometimes it is about the dollars, and sometimes it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? But everyone was clamoring, and I always thought, and I still think, sometimes when you make something so successful, whether it's in music, television, movies, hell, even if you play a sport, when you do something that just break records beyond records and all that stuff, people are expecting you to do a good follow-up. People are expecting you to follow it up with the same, with the same success or beyond. And the pressure is on you. Because if you fall short of that, no matter how well you do in terms of the next film, the next TV show, the next album, or the next game, it wasn't that game. It wasn't that album. It wasn't that movie. It wasn't that television show. Like, this show made this album made this much, and you can have great success. It might not reach that mark, but it's like, they fell short. They're losing it. No, it happens. It happens. Sometimes you catch lightning in a bottle and don't get it back. Whether it's an album, well, it might be a single, might be one television show, might be one movie, might be one book, might be that one game where you're just in a zone and people expect you to do it consistently, and that's not how life works. A lot of people always wanted to know why she didn't follow up, and I think that might have been a reason. Also, she might have had an idea that the record company didn't like. She might have an idea that was so out of the box they was like, "Nah, we don't want that," and she's like, "All right, well, I'm done." I remember, Eminem said one of his lyrics, I can't give you another I am. I can't give you another whatever. You're not, if you're an artist, you want to do something different. You can't always, you're not going to want to repeat the same thing you did. You want to challenge yourself. You want to think out of the box. And as an artist, you just want to do something different and see how it turns out. Because we're fickle. Because although some people may say we want the same thing, then we complain it's the same thing. Then when we say we want something different, they're like, I don't want y'all to do something different. I should stick to this. It's 6 in one hand if it doesn't in the other. You know what I mean? Like, you can't win for losing at the end of the day. So it's a tough thing being an artist. Again, whether you're in comedy or whatever. They was like, oh, I want to hear this joke. And they keep saying that same joke. They were like, you need to come up with new material. Oh, it's not as fun as the original material. So goes it. That's the way it is. But I think what she's saying obviously is true. Probably a lot of politics behind the scenes, but also I still think at the end of the day, the pressure was on, and I think she might have wanted to go a different route. And like artists like that, like a Andre 3000 want to do something different, people frown and they fold their arms, get the boo-boo face on. Oh, poo, oh, fool, why can't they? No, they're not feeling it. Sometimes they want to just do something different. And she never did. And she did other stuff, like the Unplugged, which people didn't like. The Unplugged, MTV Unplugged album. Some liked it, some didn't. And I think it still was successful, but I don't think it was as successful as Miseducation. We as people have a habit of comparing things, comparing the first with the second with the third. And although, like I said, it's successful, it wasn't good as the first. Sometimes you can't recreate that. You just can't. That's just how it is. So, but she set the narrative straight on why. Like the second album didn't happen. Should she make one now? No. She should make don't make a sequel. If she's not feeling it, I always say, as an artist in any form of art, if you're not feeling it, don't force yourself to do it, because it's not gonna come out the way you want. You gotta feel it, and if you feel it, and it's time for you to make another album as a sequel or a follow up to that or continuation, then go for it. But don't do it because people tell you to do it. You know what I mean? Like, you have to feel it. You have to feel it as a writer, songwriter, screenwriter, television writer, whatever, singer, rapper, producer. You have to feel it. You gotta feel it. You can't just put stuff out there because people tell you to put stuff out there. So, kudos to her for setting it straight and letting everybody know that's not you, sir. Don't know what you're talking about. And she set that person straight. So there. All right, moving on. Now, this is something interesting. And again, ever since I brought this man's name up, he can't get on my algorithms. Chris Brown. This is pretty good. Chris Brown awarded honorary PhD in visual and performing arts. Harvard Christian University recognizes the R&B star's 2-decade influence on music, dance, visual art, and live performances with an honorary doctorate. Chris Brown has officially added doctorate to his resume after receiving an honorary Doctor of Philosophy PhD degree in visual and performing arts from Harvard Christian University. Photos shared online show Brown dressed in ceremonial academic regalia while accepting the honor during a graduation-style presentation hosted by the university. Another image showed the official diploma, which recognized the singer for meeting the requirements for the honorary distinction in visual and performing arts. According to the certificate, the degree was awarded on May 23rd, 2026, which was yesterday. I'm recording on the 24th, with the university honoring Brown for his long-standing impact on music, entertainment, and performance culture. Harvest Christian University presented the recognition as a celebration for Brown's extensive contributions to the entertainment industry, where he has spent nearly 2 decades as one of R&B's most commercially successful and influential artists. Since breaking onto the scene in the mid-2000s, Brown has built a catalog filled with chart-topping singles, platinum albums, global tours, while also expanding into dance, fashion, visual art, and directing. The honorary degree specifically highlighted Brown's work within visual and performing arts, areas that have remained central to his career, from elaborate music videos to live stage productions. The recognition also arrives during another strong commercial moment for Brown. His latest album, Brown, recently debuted at number 7 on the Billboard 200, marking his 13th top 10 project on the chart. The 27-track release moved roughly 65,000 equivalent album units during the opening week, driven largely by streaming, which generated more than 60 million on-demand streams. Despite strong support from fans, the album has received mixed official feedback. One particularly harsh pitchfork review drew online backlash from Brown supporters as well as fellow R&B singer Tank. Early this month, Brown publicly thanked his fan base while also acknowledging one of the criticisms surrounding the project. Listen, let me say this. It's okay for people not to like other people's work. It's okay for them to say it's not good. You can't get mad because they don't agree with you. You can't get mad. That's why we got opinions. It's okay. They don't like it. They don't like it. It's okay for. You don't have to get mad. How dare you? Why not? They don't like it. They don't like it. You know what I'm saying? It incenses me when I see people get mad over stuff that they like because you don't like, whether it's food, music, movie, TV shows, and they really, they don't like that, and they argue, try to convince you to like it. They don't have to like it. That's the best thing about being who you are. You don't have to like it. If it's not good to them, it's not good to them. They don't have to like that joint. Congrats to him with the honorary degree. There's a picture. He's decked out, and he got the whole regalia on. And he's holding the honorary degree, and he's looking all frowning, trying to look all thugged out and everything. I'm like, dude, smile. You got an honorary degree, the best that money could buy. I mean, the best. They honored you. Yeah, they honored you with that. So you should be happy that your money. I mean that they honored you based on your talent and legacy and so forth. So smile. You worked hard for it, and that's all I'm gonna say. Just smile. Ding. That's it. Moving on. All right. Moving on. All right. This made me laugh, and I came across it this morning. I didn't know anything about it, and he just become comedy fodder for me. Ray J did amateur MMA fighting. I'm going to read about it, and I'm going to tell you what I saw also. Anyway, Ray J, I'm fighting Super Hot Fire. That's the name of his opponent. And for Diddy's freedom. So Ray J's fighting in amateur MMA against this cat named Super Hot Fire. That's SUPA, Hot Fire. And he's fighting for Diddy's freedom. Yeah, real patriot that guy is. Ray J and Super Hot Fire already going at it ahead of their big MMA bout, shit-talking each other during a presser in which Ray J shouted, "Free Diddy." Ray was sitting on the stage near Super during Friday's pre-fight press conference, and things quickly turned ugly between the two men. Super hot. Can't believe I'm like really reading this, but this is real. The guy's name is Super Hot. Super Hot kicked things off by bringing up that Ray J's estranged wife, Princess Love, once had a fling with boxing legend Floyd Mayweather Jr. Ray jumped up and tried to confront him face to face, but was stopped by his handlers, and he went back to his chair. Fixed! The back and forth turned to Diddy, who was serving a 4+ year sentence in federal prison after his 2025 conviction on 2 counts of Mann Act, transporting people across state lines for prostitution. Ray called Super a pussycat, drop the cat, who's getting effed, but Super responded that nobody is getting effed, joking, "This ain't a Diddy's party." Ooh. Ray then made it clear where he stands on the whole Diddy issue, repeatedly shouting, "Free Diddy, he runs the city." I add the last part, but I figured that'd make you laugh. It's going to be one hell of a fight tonight. It happened last night. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Ray J. Earlier the week, telling everyone he's ready to put it all on the line. Now, I didn't know this was happening, so dig the move. This morning it came across my timeline randomly. I thought it was AI at first, because AI be fucking around with people, and I'm like, is this real? And it was Ray J in a ring, and he's fighting, which I now know was Super Hot Fire. And Super Hot Fire knocked the shit out of this dude. And I was like, is this real? I didn't know anything about it. Like, is this AI? They be fucking around with AI, and you don't know what's real nowadays. You're like, this is real. I was like, I didn't know this was happening. And they duking it. It looked like it's like within the first round. And they tussling, and it's amateur hour. You can tell like they don't know what the hell they're doing. They're both not skilled fighters in that aspect of MMA. And my man Super Hot Fire he was backing against the rope, and Ray did a tussle and hold each other. He got one quick left punch, looked like a left, bam, right here, like right across the nose or whatever. And it stunned, you could tell it stunned Ray J, and he started falling, and Super Hot moved out the way, and Ray J tried to hold on to the ropes and fell down, and that was it. That's it. And I was like, yeah, dude, you done made matters worse for you, because it's going to live forever. And if that's a gift, that's a meme, that was going to follow you beyond the grave. Now, all the shit talking you did when it came to defending your sister against Cameron and Maze and my man Sean a couple of months ago, talking about you can do this, you going to do that. Well, that doesn't make you look good. The optics look very bad on that one. So you talking, you know what I mean? Like, now everyone's like, dude, you can't, even if he lost, but he held his own, I think you probably be like, all right, he held his own, he looked all right. But within the first couple of seconds, my man got clocked. Boom, he went down. And I was like, yeah, you can't really talk shit going forward, dude. Like, you can't. You just pretty much open yourself up for fodder for the rest of your life. You just did. You did. You can't talk shit now. Like, you talk, nah, you can't. You can't. My man, this is Super Hot. You lost to a guy named Super Hot Fire. I don't know which is more embarrassing, that he knocked you out first few seconds, or you lost to a guy named Super Hot Fire. Like, I don't know. You guys tell me which is worse. But going forward, he can't say shit. He can't talk shit. Because that's always going to be a meme. There's always going to be a gift. There's always going to be something that's going to follow him going forward and showing him getting clocked. Why would he do it? Who knows? Some people say money. Many people say publicity. And you always see there's no such thing as bad publicity. Possibly. Yelling out the whole Free Diddy thing. Eyeballs will draw attention. You never know. Sometimes people do that. Some people in the entertainment business, they do crazy shit to draw attention, hype up the fight, draw eyeballs on that person, and shit like that. But go Google it. Put an MMA fight with Ray J. You don't blink because it goes by fast. You might have to rewind it a few times. Because again, I swear it was AI. I was like, this can't be real. Like I was like, why is he fighting MMA? Like, what is this? And it was all sloppy and shit. But super hot. Dropped his ass. And I'm like, you just made matters worse, my man. Like, you made matters worse. No matter what you do going forward, and you try to step to somebody, you like nope. Nobody going. I don't think they were scared of you before, but they definitely for sure ain't gonna back down now. It's like you just got knocked out. You got knocked to your ass. Yeah. And I was watching it, and people, internet is undefeated. I had cats put like background music and and all types of sound effects to it, and slow motion, and showing him falling and getting punched. Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap on that one, man. It's a wrap. But go check that out. I didn't know he was doing it. I really thought it was AI. I thought it was AI driven. I was like, this cannot be real. There's no way in the world my man was up in there duking it out and just got knocked the fuck out. Now, speaking of knocking the fuck out, Mike Tyson. And Mike Tyson, and I heard this story before, it's a very interesting story. Mike Tyson sensationally claims he caught Brad Pitt with his ex-wife. And, let me see if I can get this here. So what happened was, when he was dating his ex-wife, Robin Givens, Mike Tyson came home and he caught Brad Pitt sleeping with his ex-wife. And I think they weren't together. My thing is not pulling up, but I know the story. So they weren't together. So and he didn't know who Brad Pitt was. Brad Pitt wasn't Brad Pitt yet. He wasn't Brad Pitt yet. So he didn't know who he was. He just just a white cat in the bed with my ex, and of course, like anybody else, Brad Pitt was scared. Like he's Mike Tyson, at the most dangerous, the baddest man on the planet. Robin Givens was at the peak of her career, ahead of the class, and Brad Pitt was just starting. He didn't know who he was, till years later or whatever. And of course, Brad Pitt, being a smart man, got up and ran out, as if any one of us would do. I'll do that now, and even though he's 50-something years old, I'll do the same thing. His hands ain't diminished. You know what I'm saying? He still can throw a punch and whoop ass, but back then, a young Mike Tyson, a younger, more angrier, meaner Mike Tyson, yeah, I went out of bounds too. But he didn't know who Brad Pitt was, and so everybody knew who Mike Tyson was. Now, I was going to go into details, but I lost that article. It's not pulling up for me, so I do apologize about that. But I do remember the story and hearing about the story, and it's one of those things as, what would you have done? All right, dig the move. Now, you messing with a Robin Givens or someone like who's dating a badass and kick ass for a living. You know this. And they say, oh yeah, we ain't together no more. Would you still tempt fate? They're not together. They're not divorced. They're just not together. Now, would you tempt fate, like, all right, and go to her crib, knowing that he may still have a key to the crib and walk up in that joint and might flip out? You know what I'm saying? Or would you, tempt fate and be like, all right, let's go to my crib, or let's go to a hotel or somewhere, outside, not going to her crib? What would you do? I tell you what the fuck I would do. I'm not going to that crib. Damn that. We're going to either go to my crib or go somewhere neutral where there's, let's just say, somewhere there's a lot of witnesses. So in case he finds us and he wants to do something, I could scream like a little girl and I'm like, oh my God, my Tyson's about to whip my ass. There's no shame in that, ladies and gentlemen. There's no shame in knowing that someone's going to whip that ass. There's no shame in that. There's no shame. I put myself in that situation. I knew it was going to happen. And and I was like, shit, whether it's Brock Lesnar or, Mike Tyson or any of the ass kickers out here, I know what I got into when I got into her. I know that. I knew we were coming down on, coming around our corner soon. So there's no shame in that. But don't give them the leg up by doing it in their house, in their territory. They may have keys to. They might have keys to your crib, and they ain't gonna know a hotel. But, lesser chances. But going there, and you know who the ex is, and it's kind of fresh, and they're in and out their lives, and, because the Jones will tell, well, we hate together, but, he still claims me, but I don't care. And you're like, okay. And you go, and then this dude fucking shows up, you know what I mean? Because he still got a key to the crib. Why? She never took it back from him, and damn that. You go to the hotel, go to your crib. Don't put yourself in a vulnerable situation where an ass kicker can come and just clean your clock and knock you out like Super did Ray J, or even worse. Don't put yourself in that situation. Don't do that. That's my advice to you, and my advice to myself. Don't do that. Moving on. Let's see. I got some more things to get into. On some sad news here. Hip-hop pioneer It Takes Two Rob Bass passed away at the age of 59. Rob's music energy and legacy helped shape a generation, brought joy to millions around the world. Statement announcing his death said. Rob Bass, a rapper who teamed up with DJ Easy Rock to create the classic hip-hop song It Takes Two, died this past Friday after a private battle of cancer. He was 59 years old. Born Robert Gennard Bass passed away peacefully while surrounded by family, according to a statement posted on Instagram account. Quote, Rob music energy and legacy helped shape a generation, brought joy to millions around the world. Beyond the stage, he was a loving father, family man, friend, and creative force whose impact will never be forgotten. Thank you for the music, the memories, and the moments that became the soundtrack of our lives. Based in DJ Easy Rock, aka Rodney Skip Bryce, released It Takes Two in 1988. It was a top 40 hit and would eventually be certified platinum, while also appearing in countless pop culture works. Easy Rock died in 2014. Wow. It Takes Two, that bass, not no pun intended, but the bass line that comes on and everybody's bobbing. I want to rock right now. Everybody just like, and you just go off. The story goes behind that. He had a studio session. He had to come up with a song, I think from the album. And I think on his way to the studio, he wrote it like in 15 minutes. He wrote the whole song in 15 minutes on the way to the studio. I remember the story, if I'm correct. And that song is like everywhere. It's been in commercials, movies. Like, it's just a staple. And 59 is young. He's going way too soon. And that fuck cancer, man. That shit is a bastard. He's no longer with us, but his song will forever ever be around. And when you hear it, it'll take you back to a moment. Nostalgia is a wonderful drug that everyone shares. As one drug that everyone is hooked on. Everyone is hooked on. It's a pure, fun, loving drug. Because we love nostalgia. We love nostalgia. Because it takes you back to a moment in time, whether it's a smell, whether it's a sound, a word. You know what I'm saying? A song, a voice, a phrase. It takes you back. Oh man, I remember so and so. And you drop that. Give it to him. Rob Bass. Doom, doom, doom. I can't get too much. YouTube might flag me for repeating the song, but I will say, like, in 1988, definitely in the summertime, every block party then and now was bumping that. Like, you cannot go to any block party, barbecue, reception, bar mitzvah, they're playing, I want to rock right now. Like, everybody just get up no matter what race, color, creed, him or her, what age. You know, that's just a dope ass song. Like, it's just everybody gets up and tap their toes and bob their head. It takes two to make it. It takes two to make it. I just got flack on YouTube for saying that. I said it twice. Like I said, but when I seen that, it was just like, damn, 59. Like, that's just way too young. Way too young, and it's sad, man. You know, with cancer and so forth, it saddens me. But like I said, his music will be around forever, man. And I wish I still was able to have a music playlist. Because normally, if you guys knew from my former show, I would jump into a song. Like, I would put it on and play it. Can't do that no more. They got strict regulations now. But I would have like, all right, right back, we'll play it. It takes two to play it and so forth. But yeah, man, I was shocked to see that, and it's sad. Like I said, it was going way too soon. 59 is really young, and fucking cancer, man, fucking cancer. But he still lives on. So condolences to his family, friends, and of course fans like me and you guys out there who know about Rob Bass. You know, when you're done watching this, go look on YouTube, go on Spotify after you watch this show on YouTube, or after you watch the show on Spotify, or watch this or listen to the show on iHeart, or listen to this show on Amazon Music, or listen to on Apple Podcasts, or Deezer. Definitely go listen to It Takes Two. Especially now, it's barbecue season, Memorial Day weekend. Now, granted, on the East Coast, it's rainy and it's not very barbecue-y type weather, but we got the rest of the summer, July 4th. Bang that shit out. Give it to him, Rob Bass. Like, just bang it out. Shout out Rob Bass, man. Like, do that thing. Just go do that. Not now. After the show. Don't do it now, but do it after the show. And then tell me that it takes two to get you on your feet, and you grooving and take you back to a place. You know what I'm saying? Now, speaking of the summertime, there's a lot of shows and concerts happening. You know what I mean? For example, like here in Philly, July 4th, speaking of July 4th, we have a hell of a concert. It's Christina Aguilera, Will Smith, to perform at this year's 4th of July concert right here in the Parkway in Philly. Christina Aguilera and Will Smith will be among the performers at this year's 4th of July celebration at the Benjamin Franklin Parkway, Mayor Sherelle Parker announced this past Thursday. According to the city celebration named One Philly Unity Concert for America will be the largest free concert experience in the nation to celebrate America's 250th birthday. Quote, on 4th of July, our 4th of July concert is historic homecoming for many of our city's brightest stars, Parker said, by uniting the vision of our mayor's office and so many other city leaders, the global broadcast and production of Scott Merkin and the unmatched musical legacy of The Roots and Live Nation Urban, the One Philly Unity Concert for America will celebrate the soul of Philadelphia and the spirit of our nation on a truly global scale. There is no place to be other than Philly on July 4th. That is true. The full lineup: Christina Aguilera, Jill Scott, The Roots, with special guests Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff. I call Will the Fresh Prince because we go way back. Kathy Sledge, Sister Sledge was from Philadelphia. We are family. Those Kathy Sledge. State Property, Freeway, Beanie Siegel, Young Guns, PD Crack. Hopefully, you don't say the N word. Seal. And Infinity Song. The celebration will be hosted by Wanda Sykes. Oh my God, I love Wanda Sykes. It will be including appearances by Gilly the Kid, Wallow 267, and more. Now the doors open at 3 p.m. The event starts at 5 p.m. and will end at 11:45 p.m., which is when the iconic fireworks show will begin. That should be dope. God bless those who's going to be out there in the goddamn heat, standing on the parkway for those many hours. God bless you. It won't be me. You know, I I think I missed my invite. I think I gotta check my email. Sometimes these invites, you know, they go into the junk mail. Hey, you're not paying attention. I delete them. So I'm sure it's in my email somewhere. I have different email accounts. I'll look into that. Let y'all know. Anyway, but I really think that should be dope. And it celebrating 250th anniversary of America, Independence Hall, Philadelphia. That's cool. That's dope. Free concert. I don't have that stamina and energy to be standing out there all day. But even if I was younger, I'm not a crowd person. I'm big on sitting on grass and shit like that. That ain't me. Being out there all day, porta potties, and you know, you go on these concerts, you can't really take anything in there with you, so they might be selling like bottled water, maybe, or maybe not. Because, you know, they screen you coming in, because you got to be careful. You got some fools acting, whatever. But that's a dope-ass lineup, man. From 5 to 11:45 p.m. at Rouge, you got your State Property, DJ Jazzy Jeff, and the Fresh Prince. I call him Fresh Prince. You know, we go way back, like I said. And it's go on, man. And Wanda Sykes is one of the greatest comedians, period. Male or female. She's like one of my favorites and one of the best of all times. So, you know, that's going to be funny. Her quick wit. And she actually has a special I want to check out on Netflix called Legacy. I definitely want to check that out because I'm a big Wanda Sykes fan. And that should be dope. So if you're in the area, between New York, Jersey, of course, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, come on up. Check this joint out. It should be a lot of fun, man. And it should be great. A lot of... I'm not... Like I say, it's free. Get here early. Again, I'm not big on standing around and grass and being out there with some mosquitoes. And hey, man, I'm a VIP guy, you know, behind the scenes. So I'm gonna check my email again, and you know, emails get going in your spam. I'm sure they didn't forget. You know, we got a month. You know, I just gotta talk to my manager and reach out to the mayor's office and find out what's going on. Yeah, you know things happen. You know. I'm one of Philly's greatest luminaries. I should be there and, you know, enjoying the show. I'll let y'all know. You know, I don't know how they forgot about me. Oh, damn. Anyway, let's see. Moving on. What else? Now, there's another, annual concert that happens. This one happens further up in New York and New Jersey. Hot 97's Summer Jam 2026 lineup. So Fetty Wap, French Montana, Ice Spice, The Baby, and Rick Ross lead Hot 97 Summer Jam 2026 lineup. Let me X this out. Set for New Jersey Prudential Center in July. Cash Cobain, G Harbo, and Max B will also perform. Hot 97 Summer Jam is back. The pioneering hip-hop radio station revealed its first wave of artists on the build on Tuesday, May 19th, including a homecoming show for Fetty Wap, French Montana, Max B, Ice Spice, Rick Ross, Da Baby. Summer Jam will take over the New Jersey Prudential Center on July 24th. Rounding out the rest of the lineup, the 7 p.m. stage includes Stove God Cooks, Conway the Machine, Rock Marciano, Nims, 38 Special, I'll Be Al, and Deanna Dior. As for the 8 p.m. stage, fans can look for Cash Cobain, G Harbo, Zeddy Will, Omale, Honey Baby, Sleepy Hollow. I like that name, Sleepy Hollow. And 41. More artists will be announced on June 5th. Summer Jam tickets will go on sale starting on May 22nd, which already passed. Summer Jam continues to be an ultimate celebration of hip-hop culture and a heartbeat of New York. It said Kojo, I'm messing up this guy's name, Sagazi, who serves as EVP Content and Growth at MediaCo. This year's lineup reflects the sound of the moment while honoring the artists and communities that continue to move the culture forward. From legends to the next generation, Summer Jam 2026 is built to create unforgettable moments. Summer Jam's returning to Prudential Center after a successful 2025 run, which included Gunna as the night's headliner and A Boogie with the Hoodie. I love that name also. Glorilla, don't like that name, but she cute. Muna Long and more hitting the stage. As for this year's lineup, Da Baby will be bringing along his Billboard Hot 100 Pop That Thing, which sits at number 27 on this week's chart. French Montana Max B will have a new project to boot, and with their joint project Wave Gods 2, Cosmo Brothers arriving on May 22nd, which was 2 days ago as I'm recording this show. Summer Jam has always been the shit, man, since the time that I've been living in New York. Great concerts, good lineup, successful turnouts. Used to do like in stadiums and arenas. The most successful one, famous one I like, it was when Nas reunited with Jay-Z years ago. That was dope. He has a great turnout. It's an annual thing. They always have great turnout. Like I said, from legends to new generations, the turnout is always great. From, living up in New York, every year around this, around the summertime, they always have it. Sometimes I think it used to be like late June back in the day. They might have changed that. But yeah, you up, whether you're down here in Pennsylvania, of course Jersey, Connecticut, DC, Baltimore, going up to Prudential in New Jersey, check out Hot 97, man. That's a great turnout too. You got your artists, and it should be a lot of fun. Check it out. Like I said, those are good. This summer, it is filled with great entertainment. Whether you're paying for it or it's for free, it's a lot of entertainment. No, it's enough stuff for people to do. Not act like assholes and idiots. Go enjoy it. Enjoy it together. Let's not go in there with attitudes and causing problems, man. People want to be entertained. So much shit going on in the world. You ain't gotta be up there acting all ratchet or acting all thug. Oh yeah, I'm gonna beat. Nah, man, go in there, clap your hands, stomp your feet. But you know what I mean? Like, yo, just like enjoy yourself, bob your head, dance a little bit, have fun. That's what these shows are all about. Is to have fun, enjoy yourself. Go see your favorite artist, or go to hear artists that you never heard before, and they may become your favorite artists. You know what I mean? But go, have fun, don't cause no problems. And I think it's great, man. Everyone, have an opportunity just to get out the house. It's the summertime. Man, this is what it's all about. And I'm happy to see shows like this. Whether it's here July 4th or up in Prudential Center July 24th, it's go hang out with your girl, go with your friends, go by yourself even. Ain't no problems with that. Just go have fun. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy it. That's an order. Go do that. Go have fun. Don't be a punk. Don't be lazy. I'm going on just saying weird things. Let's see. Snoop Dogg. What the fuck? Snoop Dogg cast in boxing drama The Faith of Long Beach. Snoop Dogg is to star in a boxing drama The Faith of Long Beach. The 54-year-old rapper has been cast opposite Brandon Perea in the movie that will be written and directed by Eric Amadio. The Faith of Long Beach tells the story of a soft-spoken street fighter raised in Long Beach group home who ends up torn between his troubled past and promising future as he attempts to leave behind the backyard brawls and follow his father into the world of professional boxing. Amadeio explained that the movie is more than just a coming-of-age boxing flick, but a story about having faith in yourself when nobody else has any, and faith in people who refuse to give up on you. The filmmaker added, "With Brandon, I knew instantly I have my nuanced, complicated fighter. And with Snoop, I've got the authentic OG who's seen every version of that kid and still bet on him anyway. It's an honor to shine a long overdue cinematic spotlight on the city and people of Long Beach. I get it out, y'all. It has not been confirmed which role the Drop It Like It's Hot rapper will be playing in the flick. Snoop, a Long Beach native, will produce the film alongside Everlast Pictures, Adonis Tutants, and Sarah Rainmaker for Death Row Pictures. Rainmaker. Look like Rainmaker. Rainmaker. I make mistakes, y'all. I know I'm good looking, but I still make mistakes. Quote, Death Row Pictures is proud to be part of the faith of Long Beach. This is a type of story that hits different. Heart, grit, struggle, redemption, all wrapped up in a Long Beach spirit. This one got soul, Snoop said. Excuse me. Snoop Dogg said. Countess added, partner with Snoop and Sarah on the faith of Long Beach represents a truly special alignment of creative vision and cultural authenticity. Snoop has long embodied the spirit, resilience, and heart of Long Beach, making him an essential voice in bringing this story to life. That's dope, man. We'll see what happens. Snoop Dogg is everywhere, you know. He's just doing his thing. That's what you do, and it makes sense. Snoop being from Long Beach, in LBC, why not have him in there? And he probably knew the guy in person and in real life and real time. So that's dope. That's cool. So look for it in either a streaming service or a theater near you. Probably sometime in 2027. Check that out. Snoop Dogg. What the fuck? Let's see. All right. I have 3 more before I close things out here. Courtney A. Kemp signs overall deal with Apple TV. Power Nemesis creator Courtney A. Kemp signs overall deal with Apple TV. Courtney A. Kemp has signed a new multi-year overall deal with Apple TV. Kemp is the storyteller behind the Power universe, as well as the recently premiered crime drama Nemesis. Under the new deal, Kemp and her production company in an episode will develop and create series exclusively for Apple TV, and Apple TV will have a first look on film projects. Kemp is an Emmy-nominated creator, showrunner, writer, and producer who has built her career telling high-stakes stories that are bold and character-driven. Her Nemesis is currently #1 series in the U.S. and 15 other countries on Netflix. And Power Origins, a continuation of Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, both of which stem from the Power franchise she created, is currently shooting in New York. Power, the series, marked Kemp's debut as a creator and showrunner. Sorry, I had something jump up on my screen. I hate that. As I was saying, something jumped on my screen. Power, the series, marked Kemp's debut as creator and showrunner and followed the complex character of James Ghost St. Patrick and his empire. In addition to Power Origins, Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, other spin-offs under the universe include Power Book 2, Ghost, and Power Book 4, Force, all produced by End of Episode. In 2021, Kemp and End of Episode entered a multi-year overall deal with Netflix, enabling the company to expand its creative footprint to create stories about and from women's biopic and LGBTQ plus voices. Under this deal, Kemp co-created and showran the acclaimed crime drama Nemesis, which recently premiered at number 3 on Netflix and made the top 10 list in 71 different countries. Wow, with 7.1 million views. That is dope. I haven't seen Nemesis yet. I do want to watch it. This is good for Courtney Kemp. Unfortunately, I don't have Apple Plus, so whatever she creates, I won't be able to see. But I looking forward to seeing Nemesis and looking for Power Origins and the final season of Raising Kanan. The franchise is awesome. The Power franchise is dope, and she created just a juggernaut in television. And I definitely want to check out Nemesis, and I've been seeing it everywhere, obviously. So I might, during a holiday weekend, check out a couple episodes and see if I like it. But I've been seeing it everywhere. People have been talking about it, and I want to get my point of view and see if I like it or not. But kudos to her getting that contract, the Apple Plus TV. She's a very creative woman, and I'm sure she's gonna have a lot of great stories. And same with Nemesis and so forth coming down the pipeline. And I'm looking forward to, like I said, wrapping up the Power universe with Power Origins and the final season of Raising Kanan. So kudos to her. Great job for her locking in that contract at Apple Plus. So that's dope. That is dope. But I will check out Nemesis. I'll check out Nemesis. And when I'm done, I'll let you cats know what I think about it, if it's yay or nay. But I've seen it. It looks interesting. I figure, why not give it a try? Worst case scenario, I just don't finish watching the series. You just, turn it off. LAPD to Johnny Depp's Los Angeles home. Johnny Depp Nightmare on Weehoo Street, WEHO. Cops rushed to LA's Los Angeles apartment or house. Johnny Depp's home got a visit from police officers the other day. They weren't there for Taco Tuesday. Who wrote this shit? They were called for a report on an alleged trespasser, and it sounds like she's becoming a frequent nuisance. Law enforcement tells TMZ LAPD got a call around 4 p.m. for a trespassing suspect at Johnny's famous West Hollywood home. We're told the person who called the police told LAPD a female suspect was sitting at the front gate at the bottom of the hill, and they've been spotted at the property a few times over the weekend. Sources say cops were advised advise the alleged trespasser tried to leave a message for Johnny and was spotted filming the property. LAPD raced over to Johnny's. By the time they got there, we're told the suspect was gone and no arrests were made. Of course, she ain't gonna stick around. She crazy, ain't stupid. You know what I mean? Well, you know what was interesting about this, man? I find very interesting when people like this. Number one, they're not stupid. They're just, touched. Is that I wonder, there's a lot of fans who are obsessed like this over a celebrity. And I always thought, well, here's the word, fans are short for fanatical. That's why they call fans, they're short for fanatical. And stuff like this is just, it can be scary because you don't know what they're going to do to that person. And, like, oh, they just want to take a picture, whatever. Now, some people do harm to them, whatever is going on in their head, what they may see that person as. And that's a serious thing. So if I'm Johnny Depp, number one, I'm tightening up security a little bit more. I would, keep police on the speed dial, because apparently she's going to come back again. And she probably space it out crazy. Not stupid, there's a difference. But that's a serious thing right there. Like having someone just stalking and lurking in the bushes and filming your crib. Now she's filming probably to see how she can get in there. I'm being serious. So she probably filming like, all right, what doors open, what windows open, who's home, is there a dog, is his kids there, where can I get in to be in his house so when he come there I can surprise him. I don't mean no harm. I'm just a fan. This is in their head. I'm not going to harm them. I love them. I just want to let them know that and so forth. And as many times they probably told her, stay away from the property. He doesn't know you, blah, blah, blah. In their mind, they're like, oh, you keep me from this person. You keep me from my destiny. You keep me from whatever. And that's messed up and it's sad. Hopefully, they catch her before it gets a little out of hand and this person becomes too obsessive to where they end up hurting said person, because it has happened in the past. I remember, I think Rebecca Schaefer, the actress, years ago, I think in the late, like 1990, she played on the show My Sister Sam. And she had an obsessive fan, a stalker. And he knocked on her door. She opened the door and he shot her. You know what I mean? Like, these people I don't think they knew why, but it's crazy. It's crazy. Someone do harm, some may think they're not harming them, but they are. But yeah, it can get creepy like that. So they need to catch her, and just before she do something harmful to herself or to them or to others trying to get to Johnny. So that's a serious thing there, man. Like that's no laughing matter. That's something serious, and that can really get out of hand if you don't get you don't get a chokehold on it, so to speak. So they really need to look into that. All right, one more, and I'm gonna let you go. This is. Let me pull this up here. So K. Michelle to Portia Williams, you're a coward and a bimbo. Wait, what year is this? A bimbo? Who still says that? It looks like Portia Williams and K. Michelle are turning their beef into digital drama because they're going at it online. In the most recent episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kay said in a confessional that she's heard through the grapevine that Portia was concluding with co-stars Phaedra Parks and Drew Sidora to take her down. Colluding. Yeah. I don't want to get corrected later on. She took to X on this past Sunday to defend her paranoia, writing, "I don't care how crazy it look at all. The BTS producing these ladies did." Let me repeat that again. I don't care how crazy it looks at all. I don't care how crazy it looks. All that BTS producing these ladies did, I knew about all of it. I sat there and watched quietly. I'm not new to this. In the string of posts, Kay said, "Don't sit in my face and play like you don't what I am talking about." I'm not saying this is what she wrote. This is what she said. Play like you don't what I'm talking about. That's what she said. So I had to read that twice to make sure it wasn't me. You want a reaction? You can have it. Say it to my face or be quiet, coward. And while she didn't name names, Portia seemed to know exactly who she was talking about because she replied, "Who's a coward? I would define a coward as a person tweeting from the same house 2 doors down from me." This really set Kay off because she fired back with some pretty intense accusations. She ripped into Portia saying, "No different you being 2 doors down from me effing on my ex." She also claimed that while Portia was doing her dirty, she twisted the knife by telling her ex business. Quote, Kay said, Portia's girl mentality is just an act, ending her social media rant by calling her castmate a bimbo. You could have came harder than that. A bimbo? Really? All that? And you came with the word bimbo? I had a couple of other words you could have called. I ain't going to say it on here, but I ain't going to end all that as a bimbo? Like, what is 1950s? Portia, however, seemed unbothered by Kay accusations, laughing about the singer's Twitter fingers as the drama died down, at least for now. Now, this is how you solve this shit. Okay? I said it before. And any of you cats out there steal my idea, I want a high percentage on this. Stop all that bullshit social media, going back and forth, Twitter fingers, you down the hall, I'm down the street, type shit. Yeah, K. Michelle got a point. Say it to her face. But fuck all that. You want to do something? How about you get in the boxing match, a challenge match, get in the ring and beat the shit out of each other. Put on some gloves, build it for some charity, and just go at it. Stop all that tweeting and all that. Hey, girl, you don't say into my face. Fuck all that. Get in a boxing match and a challenge match and beat the shit out of each other. Put on some gloves, get a referee, raise some money for charity. Put it on the same card with Ray J and Super Hot Fire Part 2. Man, you gonna make some money, and there you go. There you go. Anybody else, celebrities got beef? Put that as an undercard. That could be the main event. Part 2 of the Super Hot Fire and Ray J fight. Man, I'm a better promoter than Don King. Put that in the ring and make some money for charity. I'm gonna clean up. I'm telling you. Stop all that Twitter shit. Stop all that. Nah, you want to be a woman enough, put some gloves on. Do it for charity and just beat the living hell out of each other. Then y'all can walk away, make your money, and that's it. It's legal. It's with a referee. No one's getting involved. You just take all that anger out, all the estrogen, and just beat each other up. The main event will be Super Hot Fire and Ray J Part 2. It ain't gonna last long because Ray J can't fight and Super Hot Fire probably drop him again. But that's besides the point. On the undercard, you got K. Michelle and Portia getting in there, just duking it out. You know what I'm saying? You know, put some gloves on, raise some money for charity. Man, that'll be good. I'm telling you that. That's how you do. Don't do all that internet beef into it. That's corny. That's corny. Get in the boxing match, the challenge match. And go in there and beat the shit out of each other. It'll work. It'll work hands down. You know what I mean? It'll work. The Who is Kyle Graham Boxing Promotion presents. You go in there and knock each other out. We make money for charity. Everybody's happy. You get it out your system. You just keep it moving. I'm telling you. Anyway, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is it. In the episode of Who is Kyle Graham. And remember, as always, press the subscribe buttons. Leave your comments. Get the algorithms up about the Who is Kyle Graham podcast. Whether it's YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Deezer, or Who is Kyle Graham podcast.riverside.com. Press the subscribe button. Get your notifications for upcoming new episodes and bonus episodes. Leave your comments. Get at me on social media at Who is Kyle Graham podcast or at Kyle L. Graham on Facebook. Email me at whoiskylegraham@gmail.com. We have a plethora of ways. If you want to get at me, say comments or whatever. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. And everyone, have a great Memorial Day weekend wherever you are, even though on the East Coast here, maybe parts of the Midwest. It may be raining, but enjoy your time off and chill out. And like I always say, continue to believe whatever high power you believe in. Don't let the bullshit get to you. I know it's easier said than done. Just take it one day at a time. And that's it. So I will see you, Lord willing, next week for another episode right here. Who is Kyle Graham podcast? That's it. I'm out.